Hey guys, Ray Bashir here at Blue Shield Tactical Systems. Today I wanted to talk to you about being observant when you're approaching a suspect that may lead to a weapon. Now I realize we're getting into the winter months where a lot of people are going to be wearing bulky clothing, bulky jackets. But at the same time, we need to be aware of where the hands are going. We've been talking about that forever in law enforcement, about watching the hands, but still we have people that become complacent, right? When we see our fellow officers sometimes out there where they allow the people to put their hands where they shouldn't, and they're just not cognizant of it. So obviously, when you're making that approach, one thing we want to talk about is most people are going to be right hand dominant. So paying attention to that right hand, because that's where they're going to get their weapons is into their dominant hand. The other thing, if you don't know which hand they're using as their dominant hand, when you're approaching, sometimes they may pull out their cell phone or they have their cell phone in their hand. Most people, including myself, I'm right hand dominant, are going to put that cell phone in their left hand, their non-dominant hand, then they're going to operate it with their dominant hand. So understand that if you're seeing a person doing that, they're most likely going to be right hand dominant. So that's the one we have to watch for, those weapons that may be present. The other thing they will do, guys, is they will cant their body away from you, especially if you're talking about a weapon to them. If you're asking them if they do have a weapon, and you see them cant their body away, then maybe the backside, because that's where it's placed at, or even the front, sometimes they'll turn to the side to try to hide that weapon from you. Then you need to be aware of that. The other thing is, when you're asking about weapons or drugs, I can't tell you how many times I've seen suspects out there that I may be asking about a weapon or drugs, and they may have drugs on them, they reach and they touch it. Same thing with weapons, they will reach and they will touch that weapon a lot of times. It's no different than, I know we've all been in this situation where you're leaving your home, you want to make sure you got your wallet on, you want to make sure you got your keys, you want to make sure you got your cell phone. So what do? You reach and touch your pockets just to make sure you have those things on you. So subconsciously, people tend to do that as well. Whenever you're asking them about a weapon or drugs, they will actually reach and touch that weapon or drugs. And the other thing is, it's not always in a holster, right? It may be on the front of the body, not always in a holster. So you may see them touch it because it's shifting. As they have it in their clothing that may be a little bulky, you may see it starts to move or something like that. And if you're observing a person, especially from a distance, and you're watching them, you may see them start to reach and touch and shift that area, or to try to pull it up to make sure that weapon doesn't fall out. So be aware of that as well. The other thing is, if they're taking off, running, guys, the hands a lot of times will go to the front of the body, especially if that's where the weapon is located, so that they can keep it in place while they run. And they may even use both hands as they bring them to the front of the body. So guys, also waiting for your backup. We've been talking about this. There's other videos we've talked about this. Waiting for your backup, keeping your distance, those kind of things. Those all are going to help you to not be a victim. If an attacker out there is wanting to access a weapon and try to hurt you or kill you. So, please don't do things that is going to get you in a situation to where you get hurt or killed. Make sure you're maintaining that distance. If they do access a weapon, and this is very important, if they do access a weapon and they're getting the jump on you, in other words, they're acting first, understand that movement is key. Being able to move and be able to access your weapon is key. Not standing on, that line that we tend to stand on in a range. That's why I say that ranges a lot of times, especially if we're not doing shooting and moving, are really setting us up for failure in a way that we're not moving our feet. We're taking this stance and we're coming out and we're in a stationary position. So it's important to get offline and to be able to move. Okay, guys. I hope some of these tips that we're talking about today, as far as being weapons, will help you out. And I almost forgot one more, guys. It's not always a gun that they're going to be accessing. It may be a knife as well. So understand that if their hand goes flat into the pocket, and now you're starting to see them make a fist, they're actually clenching something. So you want to be aware of that as well. Guys, I hope some of these tips will help you out. I want you to be safe out there. If you ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to give us a call, email us. Even if you never attend any of our courses, guys, we still want to be able to help our fellow officers and to make sure that you're able to go home to your families, guys. Log on to BlueShieldTactical.com. That's where you can check out our upcoming courses, and you can also contact us if you have any questions. Guys, be safe and watch your six.